Hello, NIDIC third graders. Today I'm going to show you something new that should help you with your recorder playing. So far this year, all the songs that I taught you, we learned by me playing them and then you copying them and me teaching them to you that way. Now we're going to start learning how to read some notes that's going to help you to learn to play some songs even when I'm not with you. The first step of doing this is something we did at school before we left, where we read these rhythms on our recorder. So you already know how to read this. You would say do, day, do. And then I would tell you to play it on a certain note, like let's play it on a B. You can do it with me if you want. Ready? Here we go. Or maybe we would play it on a G. Ready? Go. So that's great. That's only half of what you need to know to play a song. That only tells you the rhythm. Do, do, day, do. But I had to tell you play it on a B or a G or whatever note we were going to do it on. It doesn't tell you that. You need to have a way that we can figure out what pattern, what rhythm to play it, as well as what note we should play it on without me having to tell you. So I'm going to pause this camera. I'm going to change something on here, and I'll be right back to show you how we're going to do that. Goodbye. Okay, friends, I'm back. You can see I changed what's on the board here. So maybe you've seen this sort of thing with the lines on it before in a music book or a picture or hanging around in my music room somewhere. Maybe you saw it somewhere. This group of 5 lines is called a music staff. There are always 5 lines on a music staff. And when we count them and talk about them, we count them from the bottom like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Number 1 is not at the top, it's at the bottom, just like in a building, the first floor, second, third, fourth. Not like when you write down the things you're going to do or chores or something first, second, third. You don't start at the top, you start at the bottom. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. This thing over here, the squiggly thing, is called a treble clef. Maybe you've heard that word. That's not super important for what we're going to do right now, other than you'll always see that when you're playing a recorder, because recorder music always has a treble clef, not some other symbol at the beginning, because recorders are high instruments. So when you see that, it means the music is for a high sounding instrument. So anyway, back to the music staff, because that's really what we're going to focus on today. We have all these different lines, and what we do with them is we put the notes on a certain line that tells us what letter to play it on. So up here, I already have our do, day, do. If I want to play that on a B, I write that on a certain place on the staff. So I'm going to pause this, and I'm going to do that, and I'll be back to tell you about it in just a minute. I'll be back. Okay, I'm back. And now you can see I took these notes that are up here, the rhythm, and I put them here. And I want you to notice what line they're on. 1, 2, 3. They're right on the third line. And when I say they're on the line, it doesn't mean they're sitting like on the line, like putting something on the table. It means the line has gone right through their head. So when people say it's on the third line, it doesn't mean it's sort of sitting on it. It means it's actually covering it and the line is going right through its head. But anytime we see a note on that third line, the line going right through its head, that's a B. So now I don't have to tell you, let's play that on a B. You can say, oh, look, it's do, day, do. And since it's on the third line, I know I play it on a B like this. Ready? You can try it with me if you have a recorder. Here we go. That is a B because it's on the middle line, the note's head. Sometimes these lines called the stem could be going up or they could be going down. It doesn't really matter. Where the note's head is what's important. This would still be B, 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 B. All right, I'm going to put that one over here on our middle or third line to remember that it is a B. I'm going to change this and I'll be right back to show you something else. Bye. Hello, I'm back. Okay, you can see if you look at first, it might look it's the same, but if you look closely, it's not the same. Now, the notes are not written on the middle line like this B over here. You can see they're lower. In fact, they don't even have a line going through their head. They're in between 2 lines. They're in between the second and third line. We call this the space, kind of like a line on top of the head and under the head. It's in the space. I don't know if you can see this on the camera, but there I am. So it's a space note. It's on the second space from the bottom. Anytime we write a note on the second space from the bottom, it's an A. And if you think about that, that makes sense because here's a B, and we know that just beneath a B on our recorder If you think about what note is under that, it's an A. So that makes sense the way it looks and the way it sounds, and it is on a recorder, which is the B here, and a little lower is the A, B there, a little lower is the A. So now I don't have to tell you what to do. You know how to play that is do, 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 they do with your tongue, but it's on the second line, so you know it's an A. Let's try it. Ready? Here we go. There you have it. I'll be back one more time. I'm going to change this for one more. You probably can guess what it is. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back one more time, and you probably guessed what we were going to do next. The next lower note, we know B, we know A, we know G. Well, guess what? It looks just the same way. Here was the B on the third line. A little lower on the space beneath there is an A, and if we go down to the next note, it's going to be a G. So where do we put that? Right under the A, it goes on the second line from the bottom. So if you look over here, there's one line, and right there on the second line, we have a note right there. It's gone right through its head. The line is gone through. So if we see any time a note is written on this second line, it's a G. So we can try it right here. Ready? Let's go. Get your G ready. Use your tongue. And here we go. So hopefully that makes sense to you. You could play this video a few times if you're not sure. Maybe watch it with your mom or dad, see if they might understand it, or maybe they learned this in school. They could help you. Here's the notes over here. B on the middle line, A on the in the space, and G on the second line. And you can also look, I put a worksheet sort of thing along with this lesson so that you can read through this again. Maybe if you read it yourself or your mom or dad reads it to you, it'll help you understand if you didn't quite get this. And then you can practice playing those things. And even if you just memorize, oh, I just have to play B, 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 I want you to look at it while you're doing that so you get used to seeing that sound while you're doing it. All right. So you can practice those things. And then on the very bottom of that worksheet, I mixed them up. I put some B's and A's and G's all mixed up in one little song. You can practice doing that a few zillion times. And then after you get kind of good at it, you could record yourself and send it to me, and we'll see how you're doing. All right. Thanks for watching. Practice those recorders and have fun. All right. Bye bye.